Okay, the picture is pretty nice, but it's not the it's not temperature related. I mean, it sat overnight and it come in this morning and was instantly messing up. It's kind of cleared itself up at the moment, but I was checking some voltages, and the 230 volt bus on the video is only 214. The 24 volt that supplies the modules, regulated 24 volts, 21 volt. I don't know if that's a little off to matter or not. But another thing that's interesting, and I was looking at the back cover here, it says it's 1.6 amps is what this thing uses, and from what I could find out otherwise, because if you do the math on that, 1.6 amps times 120 volts is like 190 watts is what this TV should be using. But I read somewhere that 130 watts is typical, so I don't know what that is. But this thing is it's using 0.97 amps. So 0.9 there. So the head is like, where's the other 0.7 amps? Almost double the amount? Not, I mean, what's going on here? I mean, yeah, it's nice it's using less, but that makes me think something else is wrong. 109, 110 watts should be 190 or around 130 or 40. I'm not sure about that on that side, but I mean, it's nice it's using less, but I got a feeling something's wrong, especially since this ain't where it needs to be, and I don't know if that's actually the reason why this thing's kind of freaking out a little, but I need to see what I can see about that. I'm thinking about, you know, since I cleaned all the connections and all that, this could be the Luminance or the video board, I'm not sure. I'm going to start with the Luminance. I think I'm going to just go ahead and recap that. It's got those plastic molded caps. Maybe I'll just switch them out with some drops. Pop it in there, see what happens. I guess, you know, parts cannon, why not? Check this out. The Luminance board looks crispified right in here. And I remember on the thermal it looking like it was getting pretty warm here. Even on the back it's crispified it. So I'm going to test the values. I wonder if they're out of whack. Replace these plastic molded caps. Maybe even the electrolytics. Why not? There we go. I left the resistor kind of heightened. Not crispify this thing as much. Now let's see what this does. I thought I might have had it by doing that board, but then it acted up for a second, and then, well, I've been waiting for it to do it again. Alright, well, got the chassis swung down here. I think that board down there with the black cover around it, I think it holds it in, that thing there. I think that's our power supply board, that 9-124. I'm going to see about getting that out and then going over it. Make sure it's alright. Maybe fluctuations or something weird with the power is causing that issue. Kind of starting to run out of ideas. Well, she's been going for several hours now. I pulled the power supply board out and checked that big resistor on it, and it was within perfect spec. It's never been out. Put it back in. Maybe it needed to be reseated. There's also, I don't have it on me, there's a big, one of those huge massive plastic molded caps I don't like. I went ahead and replaced that. Either it hasn't started acting up, or maybe I got lucky reseating that board or replacing that one plastic cap. I'm going to run her for the day though. We'll see what happens. Might have to, with intermittent problems, you might just got to wait for it to pop up. So, man, this TV I think has been a bane of my existence, just to torture me. So far the picture's been fine, but went to adjust the fine tuning and I felt something snap, and now it's busted and it's free spinning. So I gotta pull the tuner out now and see if I can even fix that. You gotta be kidding me. Had the tuner completely out. All I could find was this, and I'm missing more parts. So I'm gonna have to research. And that's gonna be another video, another part on either, I haven't decided yet whether I'm gonna either fix the tuner or maybe even make composite inputs. And then we can get rid of the buzz too. But anyway, now that I know how to manually do it, I'm try to stick my hand way back in here and try to fine tune this thing up a little bit. So here it is. Oh, getting little. Looks like about the best right there for the Apple TV. Okay, so at this point I'm just gonna put the tuner all back together, sit and watch the TV, see if she starts acting up again, or if I just reseating that power supply board and possibly replacing that capacitor, that big huge capacitor. In fact, let me grab the meter and see if our 24 volts better and our 300 or whatever 230 volts better or not. I don't think our usage has changed any. Still right around 0.9 to 1 amp. It means it's gone up a little bit. Alright, here it is. This thing tests fine. It's one of these plastic molded ones. Almost looks like a drop, but it's not. But without actually being able to test it, I don't got one of those nice capacitor testers that can test it under voltage to see if there's leakage. This thing could be leaking and causing the picture to do. Still low. I wonder why. Well, I'm gonna just roll with it for right now. Well, she's been running for about 6 hours now. Not a single glitch. So either reseating that power supply or replacing that cap may have done the trick. Or maybe it's just not acting up right now. But I'm going to call it the end of this part. Next part will either be convergence or fixing the tuner. Or instead of fixing the tuner, possibly doing the component input. I haven't decided yet. Alright. See ya on the next one.